Yes, 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 yes. We are back, baby. This is week 3, the third live chat. You know who you're talking to. It is your boy Gaff. I'm the host of this show. This show is called One More Round. This is One More Round Fights, where we bring you MMA news, boxing news, grappling news, any news in the combat sports world. We bring it to you with some parlays, some bets, some interesting tidbits here and there. Stick around with us. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. We'll probably make a Twitter at some point. I got talked into it last night by Main Card Minute Luke. Yeah, just follow us because we're gonna grow. We're gonna become something big, and we're gonna win a lot of you MFers money, baby. Stay tuned for this week's wins. You already know what the hell is up. If you follow already, my homies, my day ones, Saul, Luke, Corey, Tristan, Jake, Lazy Bed, Peter. Who else? If I'm forgetting you, you know I love you though. But you, all my day ones, my A1 day ones. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for winning money with your boy this weekend. That's back-to-back cards. Yeah, I did it. I did it for the people. Okay. Yeah, but lots of cool stuff happened this week. I'm a happy man because we win. We end the week up. That's how we like it. Lots to talk about between the UFC. We had a UFC Fight Night 70, sorry, not 76, 96. That was Cannonier versus Borralho. We have a bunch of the tough fight on the card. We have the PFL 9 and all the results, all the semifinalists going to the championships. We have a little bit of boxing news. Mayweather fought. Yeah, Mayweather fought. And then I guess we'll do a little recap of ADCC. You just see the winners because we didn't get to finish last week. We finished CJI, but we didn't get to finish ADCC because it was still going on. And then we have a quick fighter spotlight. I usually do a fighter coming up on the next card, but no card next week, no UFC next week, no PFL next week. I think we just have Dana White's Contender Series, so me and Luke will probably do a watch along for that on the Main Card Minute channel. But yeah, that's not too much on this week's slate. The biggest thing we'll have here is we'll probably have this week's wins is probably going to be our biggest moment this week. So congrats to everyone that tailed. Congrats to every MFer that tailed. We cashed out this week, baby. That's how we like it. As always, if you got some wins this week, if you want to let the people know how much you won with this squad right here, please email down below one more round fights at gmail.com. That is one more round fights at gmail.com. Send us your wins. All I want is a screenshot, maybe a description. It doesn't matter, but all I want is a screenshot, yo. I want to feature you on the show. I want to let you guys know that my love is reciprocated because I make you money, you make me followers, likes, and subscribers. It's a mutual relationship. So thank you all for anybody that won, and let's freaking get into it, baby. Let's start off with UFC Vegas 96. Caio Borralho passes the test. Baby, he takes out Jared Cannonier. Give me your lunch money. Give me that. Yeah, he took that. 5th round. You know what happened. Yeah, it was a sick fight. So let's go over it quickly. Caio definitely takes round 1 based off activity and octagon control. Easy round 1 for him. Round 2, it looked like a Cannonier round. Cannonier was pushing him back, landing the cleaner strikes. It looked like he was getting his timing down. He started to figure Caio out, and Caio was looking confused. I was starting to look scared. He started getting marked up. He started getting this little cut under his eye. It was starting to look deep too, so I was getting worried because I forget who the ref in there was. Maybe it was Marigliata, so I felt okay because he's a vet in there, but like you never know in some of these guys. But yeah, so Caio gets that little cut under his eye. We're starting to look scared, but round 3 comes around. It's a pretty even round, not gonna lie. Could have gone either way, but I give the edge to Borralho. Borralho was doing his best with the footwork. He was pushing him back. He was doing all the things you kind of want to see out of an upcoming guy, especially against a veteran, a top 5 veteran at that. So he was doing all the right things. And then he eventually Gets into round 4. Round 4 happens. Caio's coming on strong. He's doing everything right. All his kicks are landing. All his punches are landing. He's landing knees to the body. He's landing nice straights. He's landing hooks on the exit. It's looking like, okay, this is 3-1 Borralho. Like, all he needs to do is not get finished and maybe not get dominated in round 5, and he should run away with this win. But we're not quite sure about how they're scoring rounds 1 and 3. But we think it's 3-1 at this point. Caio Borralho, you dog. You dog, you. You went in there. Round 5, you're already winning. You put this beast of a straight, or maybe it was a beast of a punch right on Cannonier's dome and chin. Froze him in time like you're a superhero, like you're part of Marvel, fighting nerd superhero. Figured out the formula to stop time because you stopped Cannonier right there in his tracks. Froze him against the fence. Almost got the near finish. Wow. What a stamp on that fight. What a way to announce yourself to the top 5. Because like I was saying last week, I was like, if you give me a 50-45, something like that, like probably not fast track him. Probably not, even still after what he did to Cannonier, not fast tracking because he didn't quite get the finish. He ends up getting a decision win, 4 rounds to 1. Yeah, I said it, 4 rounds to 1, 49-40. I think it was 49-40, 45? No, 49-44. Is what happened because I believe they gave him a 10-8 in round 5 because of that near finishing sequence. So yeah, Caio Borralho passes the test with flying colors, gets the decision win over Jared Cannonier. We have a new contender. We have a top 5er. What is next? What is next for our boy? I mean, shout out to the main card minute. Shout out to the main card minute. Showing love in the comments. Shout out. But Caio, what's next for my boy? What's next? Maybe the winner of Imavov versus Allen. I could see that happening. I could see that like a number 1 contender fight, especially if Imavov wins. I could see that happening. That would have to be a fight night card that screams fight night. Even if it's Allen, it screams fight night. Maybe facing the loser of Whittaker Chimaev, because if Whittaker wins, got a title shot him, right? If he loses, that's another person you could feed to Caio. If Chimaev wins, you might want to fast track him. You might want to give him a title shot after Strickland gets his. But if he loses, you could also give him to Caio Borralho. So I like any iteration of those 2 matchups. It kind of sucks if Whittaker wins because he's on that crazy streak. So you definitely don't want to feed him Caio. If he wins, definitely send us the title. If Chimaev wins, maybe one more because he hasn't really done anything at middleweight. So maybe you still make that fight. And then there's also Izzy, but I don't think Izzy takes that fight. It's not a fight that entices him. Izzy's a pay-per-view fighter. Izzy's a main top of the billing fighter. I don't think you put him against Borralho in a main event of any sort. No offense to Borralho. But yeah, lots of matchups on the board. He just cracked the top 5, top 4, actually. I think Imavov's 4 and Cannonier was 5, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot the English language. I'm terrible right now. I also did drink some Guinness and some Bud Lights last night with Luke, so it was a tough go this morning. It was rough getting my shit together this morning and get all this done. So appreciate the few that are watching. Yeah, Cannonier is 5. So Borralho jumps into the top 5. Cannonier will probably get dropped down. Probably under Vettori, probably under Allen, right above Costa. That's a great fight for him next. Paulo Costa versus Jared Cannonier. I'd love to see that fight. 2 hammers, 2 people looking to go in there and bang. Oh, snap. We got more people in the chat. We got Lazy Bed in the chat. What's good, Lazy Bed? What's good? Let's go. But yeah, that's what I see next for both fighters. I could see, like, I feel like Costa's the only fight to make for Cannonier. And any iteration of Imavov, Allen, Whittaker, Chimaev, any one of those guys that loses, send him over. If Chimaev wins, maybe even send him over to Borralho. If Imavov wins, definitely Borralho, because I don't think he deserves a title shot yet, unless he gets like a round 1 finish over Allen. But even still, Yeah, and don't even think about Izzy. Come on, what are we doing? No Izzy. Save Izzy for big fights. Save him for 205. Save him for heavyweight. Save him for, fights we want to see. Don't treat him like another aging champion. No offense to Usman or anyone like that. And the last point on this, fighting fucking nerds. Fighting nerds. What is in the water over there, bro? What is in the water? These guys are crazy. Everybody is a hammer. Everybody is a hammer over there. You got Silva. You got Gene Silva. I think 45 for Silva. You got Carlos Pradas, welterweight. You got Mauricio Ruffi. You got Bruno Brazil. You got Caio Borralho. You got the Avengers. You got the freaking Avengers over there. That's crazy, bro. Fighting Nerds keeps winning, keeps rolling, keeps impressing, keeps doing. But if they don't win this year, that's a travesty. World MMA Awards, please everybody vote for Fighting Nerds because that was the stamp right there. That was the icing on the cake for me. Holy crap. That team they're on the rise. They are the new CKB. They are the new Factory X. They are the new Sanfords. They're the new American Top Team. They're the new Jackson Wink. They're here. They fucking announced their existence. They've arrived, yo. And they got their shining jewel right at the top. 185, Caio Borralho. What a freaking win. He didn't even need his wrestling. Didn't even need his jiu-jitsu. What a freaking win. Yeah, I appreciate it. It was a tough go this morning. It was a tough go. If my girlfriend wasn't there to wake me up, I probably would have still been in bed and then would have pushed the stream back to 12. I ain't gonna lie to you. Amen. Yeah. Being a nerd is the best base for MMA, apparently, because some of these nerdy guys have been impressing. I think one of the pioneers of this was maybe like a Ryan Hall, one of our original nerds. GSP, if you want to count GSP as one of our original nerds. But yeah, being a nerd is a great base for MMA. Apparently, these guys are next freaking level. Let's talk about other people on the card. Anybody else that impressed? Anybody impress you guys? I got a couple for me. Gerald freaking Mearshart, my king, my liege. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for cashing my high risk parlay yesterday. More to come in this week's wins. Gerald Mearshart, man, what a win. What a win. Second round, getting the sub over Edmund Shabazian. I called it. Luke of the main card minute called it. I don't even see how the books got that wrong. It should have been a pick 'em. It should have been right down the middle. And I see minus 300 something for Edmund Shabazian and my boy, Big Money Mearshart. Plus, oh yeah, you bet your ass I put a money line. Oh yeah, you bet your ass I took him with the sub too. More to come in this week's wins. Yeah. It was a big money night for everybody. Thank you, Gerald Mearshart. You're gonna get a fat frick. I hope you get a top 15 fight after that. I really do. I know it's Edmund Shabazian. I'm talking crazy top 15. But yo, wouldn't you want to see him face like Fluffy Hernandez, Anthony Hernandez, Michelle Pajeda, crazy striker versus crazy grappler? Wouldn't that be fun? No? Even Roman Dolidze, send him in there against one of those two. Jack Hermanson? No? Nobody wants that? I do. I'll take that. Sounds fun to me. He's an exciting fighter. I think the stat was 34 out of his 36 wins or submission finishes. What, dude? Why are we not praising this guy more? Obviously, because he looks so trash on the feet most of the time. And then if he doesn't get that sub, he's getting KO'd or dominant decision to a loss. But man, Gerald Mearshart, you did your goddamn thing. Thank you. Thank you for the free money, my friend. Thank you. I'll never forget you. You are near and dear to my heart for the rest of my life and a few others, I hope, as well, because he made a lot of us money. Another person I want to shout out, Lazy Bet beat me too. Oh, Here we go, main card minute. GM3, baby. Let's go. Shout out to Michael Morales. Michael Morales got a nice fat win. KO's my boy Magny in round 1. I know. Haitian. Sensation. Neil Magny. I always ride with my Haitians. I had the straight on Magny because I always ride with my Haitians. I had the straight, but I just couldn't put him in any parlays. Doesn't matter because the parlay I did put him in didn't hit. We'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah. Michael Morales gets the KO win. He knocks out Magny in round 1. Magny just ate I think it was an elbow, a spinning elbow or spinning back fist out of the clinch, puts Magny down. Morales just finishes it up with a barrage of strikes. Yeah, and Morales is still undefeated. I think top 10 is a little crazy. Top 10 is a little crazy, but I would say top 15 for sure. Top 15 for sure. Kevin Holland's a fun fight at top 15. Michael Venom Page versus Hente Luque is a tough fight. I know Magny was 12, but did he even deserve 12? Did he for beating Mike Mallet? I guess, but like, did he really deserve 12? I feel like it's a big step to go to Wonder Boy, Brady, Gary, Burns, Madalena, Covington, Rockmount. That's a big step for Michael Morales. I know he looked good, but he didn't really get tested in there at all. I feel like we should test him with a Luque, maybe even a Buckley or a Neal. Okay, if Neal is top 10, so I guess you're right, top 10. But like, you're still getting top 15 first. Let's do a little slower. We're already fast tracking Gary. We're already fast tracking Madalena. We're already not Rachmanov because he's fucking had the tooth and claws way up there. But you see what I mean. So it'll slow him down a little bit. Build something for the future. We got a lot of contenders coming up. We got a lot of good people on these cards coming up. Yeah, someone's called him the Haitian deflation. That's cold. That's my boy. That's my boy Magny, man. But he's getting old, yo. You can only be at the top for so long. That should bounce him out of the top 15. If they keep him in the top 15, that's criminal. Don't give him any more hammers. Just give him a couple more welterweights, like a Matt Brown. Give him a couple fights like that to end his career, man. He's looking old in there. Even the dreads are getting grays. That's saying something. When the dreads are getting grays, I got a couple grays myself, but they ain't in the dreads. They're loose. In the dreads, grays, looking like the dude from The Walking Dead. Nah, we got to get him out of there. So Michael Morales gets that KO in round 1. And my final star of the card, Big Wang in the house, Kong Wang. Whoa. Hold on. Before I go into Kong Wang, this is a crazy. Get another win under both belts and Pradas versus Morales. That's 2 hammers going at each other. I like that too. I like that. I had to bring that comment up because I was like, ooh, that looks interesting. I like that a lot. But yeah, Kong Wang. What a fucking KO. What a KO. What? Flyweight? Women's flyweight? A punch like that also froze her opponent in time. Is she part of the Avengers too? That was crazy. That power at flyweight, I'd be afraid. And also, by the way, little tidbit here. She owns a kickboxing win over Valentina Shevchenko. Yeah, let that soak in. That's crazy. She owns a kickboxing win over Valentina Shevchenko, something that Joanna Champion couldn't do. Kong Wang did it. And she has a vicious knockout win already. Stamped it. And she called out Casey O'Neill after the fight. If I'm Casey O'Neill, I'm like, oh shit, dude. Ooh. I'm like, she called me out. Fuck. I'd be fucking scared. I'd be working my jujitsu. I'd be working my wrestling because I don't want no part of them hands. No part. 0 part of those hands. Freezing people in time. That's great. And actually getting the finish. I mean, Caio froze someone in time, but didn't get the finish. She froze him in time and they didn't recover. So she's coming, bro. She's coming for that king name. Yeah, I like that. She's coming for the king name. She can be called King Wang after that. King Kong Wang. Man, what a win for her. Flyweight, you got a contender. Honestly, one more win, she'll probably get in the top 15, but it's so light over there. They'll probably just throw her in right at 15. Who are they going to push out the way to get her in there? I mean, I can't imagine it's going to be someone too, someone that will call blasphemy on. Oh, it's Casey O'Neill. Casey O'Neill at 15. So that's perfect. Set her up for that fight so she can get in the top 15. I see her beating Jasmine Jasudavicius. I see her beating Ariane Silva. I don't see her beating Tracy Cortez because Tracy Cortez is a tough out. But I see her beating Viviana Rojo, Karine Silva. I see those wins. Amanda Hebos, that's where it starts to get tough. Hebos, Caitlin Chukagian, now Sarah Manara, Jessica Andrade, Rose Namajunas. That's when it starts to get tough. So yeah, 15, right at Casey O'Neill. Announce her, splash her in the top 15 with that. That's a great fight for both ladies. Let Casey cement her position after that win last week. It was a dominant decision win. Well, I wouldn't say dominant. It was a nice decision win, but definitely not something top 15 worthy. So this would let her cement her spot at top 15. I like that fight, King Kong Wang versus King Casey O'Neill. And yeah, that'll do it for my other notables on the UFC card. Oh, what? That's it? That's all you're talking about? Those are your only notables? Motherfucker, you know I was going to talk about TUF. Come on, man. You think I wasted my life on 10 episodes every damn Tuesday to not talk about it? Fuck out of here, bro. Come on. All right. Mayron Santos. I'm going to do a fighter spotlight on him a little later. So I'll get more in-depth about Mayron Santos a little later. But Mayron Santos, that exchange against the fence, that hook exchange to get that KO win over Con Offley was a top 5 Ultimate Fighter finale finish that I've ever seen. Maybe a top 3. That punch to sleep his man into a folded chair seating position and then hit him with a couple of shots just to make sure, but he already knew he was dead. He saw a dead body right there. He was like, let me just make sure. I don't want to be one of those guys that this guy wakes back up and now we're in a decision and I could lose. He ended that fight handily. My Lord. Khan was sleeping. He did your boy dirty. That's right. He did your boy dirty. Khan was sleeping. They tried to get him back to the stool afterwards. He couldn't even fold at the legs right for them to get him on the stool. He fell off again, and they caught him and had to get him back on again. That's how hard of a shot that hook was from my man Mayron Santos. Holy crap. He is your tough champion in the lower weight class. I believe it was bantamweight. I think they fought at featherweights. He'll probably be a bantamweight in the UFC. Holy crap. That KO was something special. That was a round 2 KO punch, 1 minute and 30 seconds. That fight was at featherweight. So he'll probably be, was it featherweight? So maybe he'll stay at featherweight. Unless they just did it because they were on TUF. But I could see him. I don't know. He's a weight bully. Let's call it what it is. He's a weight bully. He barely made his weight in the last semifinal fight. Actually, he didn't make weight. He missed weight, but Zigimas let him fight. And then, unfortunately, Zigimas was pulled out of that fight, had a replacement fight, Mayron. Mayron won the fight, then goes on to the finale. But tough luck for Zigimas, too. His opponent, Fletcher, fell out of his fight this weekend because of some terrible staph that was all over his body. I assume that was it because I saw it in the face-off videos. But, yeah, unfortunately for him. But, yeah, Mayron Santos is your tough champion. Gets the win. I saw it all season. I saw him winning. He was just so good. Like, he was just so long. He just kept every fight standing. Nobody could figure him out. So, like, I kind of saw this fight going the same way. I just didn't expect a finish like that. So, congrats to Meyer. Congrats to Extreme Couture, Eric Nixick, all those guys. Because you got another one. I could see him becoming a champion in the future. He's one of those guys I saw. I was like, you know what? I could see something with this guy. Brazil had a great night. Brazil had a great night. UFC Vegas 96 had a great freaking night. And then the other Ultimate Fighter tough winner, Ryan freaking Loader, bro. Didn't see that one coming. Did not see that one coming. Wow, he crucifix win. Who saw that one coming? Robert Valentine was looking good all tough season. I thought he was my original call to win. I thought usually I call a couple people on tough where I'm like, all right, this guy and this guy from each division is probably gonna win. And I was right about Mairon, and I thought I was gonna be right about Valentine. He took his shrooms trip. The gods were talking to him, saying that he was gonna win, all this stuff. He was looking good this week. Every performance he had on tough was spectacular. And I thought he would continue that train, but he got crucifix, just couldn't get out against the fence. His escape route was to roll out, but when he would, his legs would stop him because he was up against the fence. So he basically had no out. Loader had the perfect crucifix position. So yeah, it was just an unfortunate. He put himself in that position too. It was very unfortunate because he tried to roll for this armbar that wasn't there. He tried to put his leg through. If he had gotten his left foot through, I believe, under Loader's armpit, he could have set up for an armbar and then maybe an escape. But the fact that he never got that foot through, he literally had the arm with no hooks securing the neck or the head, and literally just put himself in a bad position. And that was the sequence that lost him the fight. So he'll clean that up. He'll know that was the mistake. And I mean, I could still see him being something in the future. We have tough losers that have also gone on to do great things in the UFC. And we also have tough winners that have gone on to do absolutely fuck all, nothing. So shout out to Mike Trizano. But anyways, yeah. That's our tough winner. Ryan Loader, wrestler. Wrestling does it again. He did look good. He was in fantastic shape. All credit to Ryan. He's doing it for the people with disabilities out there. I believe he has ADD or ADHD. So shout out to him. He got a nice trophy. Those trophies look great on both those guys, and hopefully we see them do great things in the future. But killed my parlay. Valentine and Loader, you killed my parlay. If Valentine had won that fight, I would have been a very rich man. I would have pulled up in a money shirt with a stack in my hand, waving myself the whole time. If Valentine had won last night, I would have been a very rich man this morning. Not very rich. I'm not talking like thousands, but half a stack would have been in my hand for sure. I would have went to the bank this morning before this. I would have had oof. I would have came in so oof. You know what? You guys are lucky that didn't happen because I would have been a different person when I came back this morning. You wouldn't have liked it. You wouldn't have liked it at all. But yeah, that's it for tough. And that's it for the UFC card as well. Let's move on to PFL 9. PFL 9. Man. No offense to PFL, no offense to the Professional Fighters League, all that. But what a boring fucking night, dude. I missed the first two fights of the night. I actually came in during the heavyweight main event. I saw the finish in the last 10 seconds of the second round. I thought it was going to go to decision, so I was like, oh, here we go. And then every single fight after that, every single one from about 8:30 p.m. until the end of the night at 12:30 or whatever the time was, maybe even 1, was a decision. Every single one. Perez Stern, Barzola Diamond, Burkamov Cooper, Masai Ramazanov, Kizriev Braga, Umalatov, Gracie, Lognane Kamaka, all decisions. My lord, there was some questionable judging that night. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of fights that should have been unanimous were split, which was crazy. Burkamov Cooper should have been unanimous. It was split. That was weird. Kizriev Braga should have been unanimous. That was split. That was weird. Lognane Kamaka, I thought it was going to be unanimous. It ended up being split, which I didn't see a case for, especially with Kamaka getting dropped handily and being controlled in the third round and almost getting finished for a second time in round 3 because Lognane was really coming on. So I really didn't see a case for him winning the fight, but whatever. I think they were in DC. Yeah, they were in DC. So DC commission. What the fuck's up with that? A little weird. I know you've betting over there, so a little strange. Should look at those guys. Just saying. But yeah. No real standouts, honestly, except for my boy Jose Perez. Jose Perez. If you don't know, now you know. I threw him in the parlay. Everybody was like, "Who the hell is this guy?" Now you freaking know. Boy's got hands. He's got that dog in him. He got that freaking dog in him. New dog in the yard. New dog in the yard. Watch out, Jose Perez. I believe he's a lightweight. No, he's a welterweight. Jose Perez, welterweight, PFL. Watch out. He's going to be putting hands on a lot of these guys. He's very durable. He's good everywhere. Everywhere. He's got hands. If you got hands too, he could take you down. If you don't want to go down, he could use his jiu-jitsu. And he can mix it up in the clinch, make it dirty. I'm telling you, Jose Perez, somebody to look out for. He should be in your parlays next time, depending on who he fights against. What else? Enrique Barzola, Tyler Diamond. All right. This fight. I hope everyone watched that fight because it was exhilarating. I'm not going to lie. If you had a bet on it, it was probably the worst feeling of your life, especially if you had Diamond. It was pretty crazy. I'm not going to lie. Like Tyler Diamond, man. Winning round one, round one, control, more strikes. I think he dropped Barzola at one point, round one. So clear, Tyler Diamond round. Round two comes around. I'll see you around next time, lazy bed. My mouse just shut down. Whatever. I'll see you next time, Luke. Thanks for showing up, boys. I appreciate it. But yeah, so Tyler Diamond winning round two until the last 30 seconds. I have a bet on Tyler Diamond, and he's in my parlays. So I'm like, oh man, I'm feeling good. I'm like, yeah, Tyler's about to win 2 rounds. There's no way Barzola's going to need a finish in round 3. 30 seconds left. Barzola lands a freaking hook through the guard of Tyler Diamond. Tyler Diamond drops, damn near gets finished, forfeits round 2 in about 30 seconds. So now we're 1-1 going into round 3. Tyler Diamond never fully recovered from that freaking barrage at the end of round 2. He looks sloppy, slow, beaten down, battered. Barzola just beats on him for the entirety of round 3. Barzola gets the decision win. I was furious. My bet was looking so good. And then I have this Tyler Diamond just flounder on me. I was so sad. The parlay would have hit for so much. If my PFL parlay, that would have cashed my PFL parlay. And if that parlay hit, in addition to my UFC bets this weekend, I probably would have been up close to 10 grand. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, it was a fat weekend for your boy. Man, and I didn't even some of the parlays I didn't even show because they were killed by like bazooka and shit like that. But like, man, you'll see in this week's wins. And then Burkhamov Cooper, Burkhamov wrestled him. Cooper tried to land a big strike, never really happened. Questionable judging. It should have been 30-27 Burkhamov, but whatever. Masayev Ramazanov. Masayev almost put him away in round 1 again. I think he beat him in round 2 last time, though. But he almost knocked him out, then controlled him in round 2 completely. Maybe lost round 3. It was a really tight round 3. Masayev wins handily. He goes on to the finals. Kizreev, Braga. Kizreev should have wrestled, didn't wrestle the whole time, had to use his striking because Braga's stationary stance and his defense just kept him in front of him the whole time. Braga loses on the cards via the striking. Also a split. I could see a case for Braga winning the fight, but no way. It was a Kizreev masterclass. The volume was too much. And Kizreev goes on to the finals. Magomed Umatov, Neiman Gracie. What a freaking war. Neiman Gracie, special shout out to you, my boy. I thought you were coming in there just to lose and get a check. You showed everyone that you got that dog in you, that you weren't there to lose. You were there to win. You put a couple good right hands on Umatov. You had a couple good grappling exchanges where it got me scared that you pull off the sub. Great fight for Neiman Gracie. Made a great account of himself, even though Umatov gets the unanimous decision win. And it was a fun fight to watch. Honestly, it saved the night because every other fight was pretty boring besides Barzola Diamond. That was the only other fight that caught my eye before the main event, obviously, where Lognane defeated Kai Kamaka in a pretty thrilling 3-rounder. Lognane drops him in round 1, almost finishes him. Round 2, Kamaka is starting to come back. It's starting to look dicey. It was a pretty close round, but I still gave it to Lognane. Some people gave it to Kamaka. Round 3 comes around. Lognane comes on strong towards the end. It was looking scary at the beginning. Kai was looking decent, but then Lognane turned it on and kept it on. And Lognane comes out with the split decision win, 29-28, 28-29, 30-27. So Lognane wins. He goes on to get to fight for his second championship. We'll see if he wins. Other than that, there should be all new champions in the PFL this year. So we'll see what happens there. Oh, actually, Impa is back as well. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that concludes my PFL portion of the day. Sorry, it's Sunday morning. About 15 minutes left in this program. Let me get you quickly through the last couple things here. What are we going to dive into next? Oh, Mayweather defeats Gotti. We got some boxing. Floyd Mayweather defeats John Gotti III for the third time. The fight that no one asked for that we keep getting. At this point, we should start asking the questions whether Mayweather is starting to taint his legacy. At this point, dummy. He's had like 9 fights where we should have been asking that. Yeah, I know. But like, third fight with this dude, an exhibition where nobody really wins or loses. But obviously Mayweather won. It was like unanimous if there were judges that mattered. Yeah, it was what you would have thought because we saw this twice already. Mayweather wins. He was never any doubt. He was never in any worry. He was coasting to a win as he always does when he fights these people that are not on his level. So yeah, I didn't watch it, but I heard there was some controversy with the ref. I did see the clip where Mayweather hits him with a nice little right hook. The ref calls it as a punch to the back of the head. Mayweather's distraught. He starts pushing away the ref. He tells the ref, back up, get out of the way. You're not doing your job, blah, blah, blah. He basically essentially fires him midway through the fight. But, you know, what can you do? It was classic boxing antics. Mayweather wins. Did we see it happening any other way? Probably not. I mean, whatever. Let's just move on. Okay, ADCC. I know we talked CJI last week, and then I told you guys that Gordon Ryan won his super fight. ADCC day 1. ADCC has now concluded. Let me just tell you guys all who won. You probably know by now. I'm very late on this, but just for the sake of covering it and making sure I cover all my bases and not to have a missing hole in my reporting, if you want to call it that. ADCC winners. Kenyon Duarte wins the 99 kg and the absolutes, 2 divisions. He wins. Congrats to him. Felipe Pena wins the 99 plus kg, so over 99 kg. Giancarlo Badoni wins the 88 kgs. Michael Val wins the 77 kgs. And Diogo Reis wins the 66 kgs for men's. So those were all your men's winners. And Gordon Ryan already won a super fight. We know that. Now moving on to the women's, we have a 2 division winner as well. We have Adele Foronino. She wins the women's absolute and the women's 55, lower than 55 kg. Rafaela Guedes wins the 65 plus kg, and Ana Vieda wins the lower than 65 kg to end our 2024 ADCC grappling championships. Yeah, a great week for grappling. Had 2 great events go down, CGI and ADCC. We need more competition in the fight game. The UFC needs people like PFL, Bellator, One Championship. WWE needs AEW. Um, uh, you know, the NFL needs the CFL. Not really. I don't know why I said that, but you get the point. We need competition. McDonald's needs Burger King and Wendy's. We need competition. No monopolies. We need other ways for athletes to get money. So, um, love that. Love what they're doing, and I hope they continue that because it only benefits the fighters. It only benefits the fighters. So, shout out to both those grappling tournaments. Um, let's get into my fighter spotlight. Yeah, let's get into the fighter spotlight. Fighter spotlight of the week. Mayron Santos. Mayron Santos, Mayron Santos, Mayron Santos. Congrats to you. What a win. Knocks out Con Offley with a fantastic exchange of hooks. Sleeps him. Can't even get back to his stool. He's an extreme couture fighter. He's from Brazil. The fight's out of Extreme Couture, so he's native to Vegas. So he was fighting right around the corner on Fight Night, which I thought was a huge advantage, which is why I threw a little extra money on a straight on him. Most of my fighters I had in my parlays, I took on straights, unless it was like Magny, who I took just because the odds were so juicy, and he's my Haitian brother, so you know. But yeah, Mayron, 14-1, 8 KOs, 6 decisions. He's not a submission guy at all. Yeah, his only KO loss was to Dan Argueta in LFA. If you remember Dan Argueta, he's actually a former TUF contestant as well. I think he fought on the season with Brad Katona, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, good person to lose to. At least he was also on TUF. Let's let him know what level he was at and what level he needs to get to. He got with a good gym, and he is excelling, man. Eric Nixick. Yeah, you came close. Extreme Tour came close to Fighting Nerds in my vote. They really did. But if Sean kept the belt, you probably would have won. But you know, shit happens. But yeah, Myron Santos. Where did that come from, my friend? We didn't get a finish on TUF, and then you go pull that out. Wow. Wow. What a finish. I'll never forget that one. What a win. Hold that trophy up high, my friend. Hold it up high because you truly deserve that win. All that hard work, cutting weight, because you were a very big boy. And to cut all that weight, you actually missed weight in that last fight in the semis. But you definitely made it for this. You said, I ain't missing it now. I got all the conditions, the environment for me to win, and you did it. I know Nixick's incredibly proud of his pupil. He's only 24 years of age. Only 24 years of age. He just won TUF. 24. He's looking like that. So much time on his hands. So much time. And he's in the right camp to develop too. To develop all parts of his game. To develop his striking. Develop his grappling. To develop his fight IQ. To develop his toughness. You know the dogs they got over there at Extreme Couture? Sean Strickland, Chris Curtis, Julian Arosa, Cody Stamen. The list goes on and on and on. And Dan Ige, Brad Tavares. The list goes on and on and on, dude. They got some hammers over there. And for you to be sharpening your iron, your sword's getting sharper and sharper every day with those people. Yeah, man. You're gonna come out with a lot of good tips and tricks. I see a very, very bright future for Myron Santos. Brazil, you got another one. You got another one. Brazil, you got some. Whoa, is Brazil about to have another resurgence? Remember the days where Brazil was on top? They had everybody. They had Renan Barão. They had Jose Aldo. They had Anderson Silva. They had Shogun Rua. They had who else? They had the Nogueiras. They had everybody. They basically ran MMA at the time. Are we getting a resurgence of that? Imagine if Charlie Olives comes back, gets his title back. We already got Pantoja. We got anybody at bantamweight? You got anybody at bantamweight? Why am I blanking on bantamweight? Figueiredo. Imagine Figueiredo wins at bantamweight. You know, we got no 45ers, unfortunately. No 45ers. You guys are dead in the water at 45. You got Edson Barboza, but again, dead in the water at 45. I already said Charles. Imagine if Gilbert Burns finds his way to the title, or Ian Machado Gary. I know. He's Irish. But hey, man, he's got Machado in his last name. Let's count it. His wife is Brazilian. Let's count. If we're counting freaking O'Malley as Mexican, and we got him fighting on Mexican Independence Day or whatever the 9th is in September, or his fight date against Marab at the Sphere, UFC fucking Noche or whatever. I think we could count. We could count Machado Gary as Brazil. So imagine if he gets it there. Paulo Costa's probably never making his way back to the title, so let's just ignore 85 there. But Caio Borralho, also 70. Carlos Pradas. What? Carlos Pradas? Didn't Lazy Bet say someone earlier in I think he said someone else. Who did he say? I forget who. Oh, Morales. Yeah, Michael Morales, also Brazilian. Shit, man. Gene Silva. Oh, Gene Silva. That's who it was at 45 if he comes up. But like, bro, Brazil is on the rise. They're coming. Myron, you put on for your country this weekend, man. You put on, man. A veteran of Shudo Brazil, LFA, and Aries FC. So he's fought in good promotions too. He's got a lot of good experience. I'm telling you. Myron Santos. He's the future. What a tough win. We got a lot of good characters from this tough season. Not one of my favorite tough seasons, but Myron was definitely one of those shining jewels of the season that made me pay attention to it. I'd say it was him. It was Robert Valentine. It was Edwin. Edwin was pretty funny. Ziggy Mas was good. He was a good fighter. His personality was okay. They didn't really let him shine too much on this season, but yeah, it was a great season. And Myron Santos, you deserve the spotlight because 14-1 doing that to win your tough title like that, to hold that trophy high like that, to put on for everybody, to be that emotional, to have that team behind you and to do it. There's nothing but a bright future ahead for you. So shout out to Myron Santos. That's my fighter spotlight of the week. He should go on to do great things. No picks this week. There's no UFC or PFL next week, so maybe we'll do something for Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. But yeah, no picks this week. We gotta wait a little bit. We'll see what happens. But yeah, just keep an eye out on the channels. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, hit the little bell icon so you know when I'm going live, please. Show me some love. I'm giving you free picks. I'm giving you free money. We're way up on the units. So I don't want to hear shit. I better get some likes. I want to get some follows. I want to get some love, some comments. I don't care. Just show me some love. I made you money, baby. You should be tailing. Even when I didn't make you money, I was damn close. So should be tailing. Should be listening. I'm your MMA guru. Screw all those other guys. Me and the main card minute will make you money, baby. You got to come to this side of the pond because it's bright. We got green grass over here, baby, and we smoking it too. So get with the winners. And now let's get to my favorite part of the week. This week's wins, baby. I'm cheesing hard because it was a good weekend for me. This week's wins. This is how we end in this stream, baby. This week's wins. Yes. 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 Should we start with the PFL? Yeah, let's do it. Look at that. Gave that to the people. It cashed on Friday. Jose Perez, Muhammad Burkamov, Shamil Masayev, Timur Kizreev, and Brendan Loughnane. Yeah, I called the entire main card, and I gave you one prelim. Yeah, I did it. I did him dirty. It was only plus 203, but that's how PFL does it. High odds, as you can see on the slip. I gave you a minus 550, two minus 350s, or minus 360, and then a minus 600. I think the last one missing is, who is it? It's Lognane. He was minus 300. So yeah, I gave you great odds, and we won. So you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. What did I also do on that? Oh yeah, I did. I also took a couple decisions. Made a little Lognane decision win, little super cash win right there. Pick up a little $50, 50, $60 right there. Some light, some light. I did a little something before that too. Something light. Kizreev decision. Saw that coming. You know, well, little something light. Something just to let them know I still got it. I still got it. Yeah, those are my wins. PFL went well for me. Made close to 400, something like that. Now let's talk about the losses because of PFL. The losses. Let's do this. Man, we were so close. Plus 490 with a cash for an extra 600 would have been $1,000 night in PFL if Tyler Diamond had won. Because Kizreev cashed, Loughnane cashed, Jose Perez cashed, Burkamov cashed, Masayev cashed, Umatov cashed. All I needed was Tyler Diamond to not get dropped at the end of that round 2, and we would have been very, very rich people. Damn it, damn it, damn it, Tyler. All I needed for you was to not get dropped at the end of that second round, and we win that round, and we win the fight, unless you get 10-8'd in round 3, which would make it a draw, and I would have just gotten the push. So either way, if Tyler, you didn't get dropped in round 2, I would have been so good. I would have been so good. And look at this one too. The 10 picker. I combined my PFL picks with my UFC picks. All the PFL picks hit, all 6. Burkamov, Loughnane, Kizreev, Perez, Masayev, Umatov. I'll circle back to this once we go over UFC. I gave out 2 parlays. Let's go over the loss was Michael Morales. I don't think I clipped that, actually, unfortunately, like a moron. But yeah, Morales lost us some money. I mean, not Morales, sorry. We had Morales, Borralho, Robert Valentin, and Mayron Santos as the parlay. That unfortunately did not hit, did not cash. It happens. It was a plus 299, basically plus 300. It was going to quadruple our money. Didn't cash, but guess what fucking did cash, y'all? Right here. This did. The other parlay I gave y'all, plus 829, the high risk parlay. Cash it, baby. Michael Morales, Caio Borralho, Gerald Mearshart, and Tabitha Ricci. Let's freaking go. The people win. I win. You win. So happy. I'm glad we all won. Both my parlays hit this weekend. 2 for 3. I'll take it because the units are way, way, way up after that 829 hit. You're welcome. Appreciate everyone that followed. Please send in your wins if you did win. Other wins on the card. Thanks to my boy Gerald. I had to take him straight up. I didn't clip it, but I also took him by sub on FanDuel. That also hit. Thank you, Mearshart. And I took him on FanDuel straight up as well. So those are missing. So just know that a lot of my winning slips are also missing. I didn't want to clip everything out. Couldn't show you guys everything. But also won on this fight. Nice little fat hit. Fight to go the distance between Zach Reese, Jose Medina. Took it on a whim. I had an extra $10 sitting over the top. I think I had like 310.64 sitting in the account. I was like, let me just shave off this 10. Turns out brings it back. $150 on that. Very nice. Thank you very freaking much. What else did I win on? I think that's it. Yeah. And then obviously circling back to this, if Robert Valentin had won, I would have won this parlay to win just under $1,200. Then I would have also won my parlay with him, Mairon, Caio, and Morales. So that would have been upwards of close to 2K plus the straights I would have had on them, which were fat money straights. You know me, you know what I'm putting on them, you know. So yeah, this week's wins, right there. This week's wins, very profitable. This was a winning week. Nobody gets shamed on the thumbnail this week, baby. Just a fat bag of cash on the front, and you guys get to watch my chaos. So love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much to everyone that tailed. Don't forget to send in your wins. Please, 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 please send me your freaking wins. I want to see one more round fights at gmail.com. Sponsors. Again, you saw me drinking Guinness on the main card minute stream. I like Guinness. I like Bud Light. I like any CBD cannabis products. I'm a Wendy's guy. I like Wendy's. Lettuce wrap your burgers and such. You know. Yeah. Hey, I'm open to any sponsors. If you guys, hey, I'm also wearing this shirt. I had to wear my Pedestal Sanyo shirt. The reason I wore this shirt is because I got Carla Esparza and you want a champion on the back. Former tough people had to do it. Yeah, I have the greatest UFC shirt collection ever. Fuck with me. But yeah. Again, please follow, like, and subscribe. Shout out to everybody that messes with the channel. Lazy Bed, Luke from the main card minute, Peter, Jake, Manich, Tristan, Dakota, the homies, everybody. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget about me. Just under an hour. I got you guys in. I got you guys out. Thanks for watching. Look out for the cut downs this week. Show me some love. Don't forget to hit that like. And if I don't see you next week, I'll put something out for you. Hopefully that Gene interview gets done. And then I'll have that next weekend for you guys. But till next time, peace, y'all.